Hey, so today we're going to be looking at this popular topic I seem to be coming across in my inbox. Angela, I don't have time to meditate. 5 minutes, let alone 20. I don't have time because I work full time, I'm a parent. There's just a lot to do. You know what? I get that. I get it. I'm a single parent. So I know what it's like to have to do everything myself. Cook, clean, you name it, I do it all for my son and myself. And he reminded me that his birthday is in 17 days. Lucky me, huh? So these things, I understand. We call it life. But I'll say this. I think it is a really good idea to carve out. Start with 5 minutes. We all, listen, even if you don't have a smartphone, somebody's got an egg timer somewhere. We can count 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes. Just start there. 5 minutes. Well, what am I going to do for those 5 minutes, Angela? Absolutely nothing but breathe. Angela, really? Can I drive the car and breathe? Can I walk to the bus and breathe? Can I cook dinner and breathe? Yeah, you can do all those things and breathe. But you see that 5 minutes of just sitting in silence? You don't have to do the Buddha pose. You don't have to you don't have to do anything like that. The reason why you want that silence is because you are listening while you're breathing. What are you listening for? Who cares? You're just listening. You're just simply going to breathe and listen. You know, like I've mentioned to you, you're in a crowded space and you're meeting somebody and you're anticipating them, either calling your name or touching you. That's what it's like when you meditate. Why are you meditating? Because from the time you get up until the time you go to sleep, you are bombarded. I just heard a horn. You're bombarded with just noise. Angela, do you know what it's like in my house? No, but I know what it's like in my house. Listen, quiet. When? There's no quiet in my house. Either the TV's on and a video game's being played, or music is being played because that's how he can think when he's doing his homework. There's always some kind of activity going on that drowns out your own voice. I don't even know what my own voice sounds like. Well, how are you going to know what your voice sounds like if you don't listen? So this is why it is easier to set the timer on your phone or however you're going to do it for 5 minutes. Listen, 3. Okay, let's not be too ambitious. 3 minutes. And you're just going to sit there and shut your eyes and breathe. And what that's going to do, that's going to help you to calm yourself. Because most of us we're like little tiny tornadoes. We're always spinning and going and going and going. But we rarely stop. So it is also like turning off the light when you're not using it. Stopping your brain when it's not required to think. So if you're just going to sit there for those 3 to 5 minutes, and when you're sitting there for those 3 to 5 minutes and your timer is set, don't be sitting there waiting for your timer to go off, right? It's going to go off soon enough. You start doing that. You start listening. Listen. That's what you're doing. You're listening. What are you listening for? You'll hear it. And when you hear it, you'll know. You know? When you hear it, you'll know. But that's all we're going to do. 3 to 5 minutes. When, Angela? Remember I taught you how to siphon energy from the universe around you. Left palm facing up, right palm facing down, shoulder length or shoulder width apart are your legs. And that's all you're going to do in that position. And you're going to breathe and you're going to close your eyes. That's where you draw that energy from. And then next, as as you draw that energy, you're just listening. You're breathing and you're listening, because sooner or later you're going to hear something. Perhaps it's a solution that you've been trying to find for a long time. Perhaps it's been inspiration you've been trying to find. And I say we try to find these things, but I don't know if you're like me. I got up and I was like, man, where are my glasses? I need my glasses. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I can see. I'm wearing them. You're looking for the thing that you already have. You don't have to look for it anymore. Just allow yourself to recognize that it's there. Become aware that it's there, that voice, right? That beautiful, calm serenity. Why is that necessary? It is necessary because, like I always say to my son, do you want a cranky mother? Or do you want a nice, calm, and happy mother? He looked at me and he goes, I think I want a calm mommy. I don't like it when you yell. And I said, if you don't like it when I yell, then allow me to have this time by myself. Just quiet. You don't have to turn off anything, but it just needs to be quieter than it is. And let me tell you what happens. My cup starts to fill up with that slow trickle of 5 minutes. I turn on the tap of quiet solitude and I breathe and I close my eyes. And my cup is filled in that 3 to 5 minutes. And that 3 to 5 minutes filling lasts all day long. And things that would normally set me off may poke me a little bit, but I don't have a meltdown. So that 3 to 5 minutes is part of self-love. It will help you to become aware of the things and the gifts that you already have, instead of you having to go and look for it. Well, I don't know what my purpose is. Spend 3 to 5 minutes in silence and your purpose will emerge, because your purpose is there. Your purpose is there. It's just that you'll be too busy. How busy are you? And the funny thing that also happens when you start spending that 3 to 5 minutes of silence, of just closing your eyes and breathing and listening, you start to get addicted. And you gotta have it. And it's not that you gotta have it because it's a fix. It's a gotta have it because you love being in that place. And pretty soon that 3 to 5 minutes becomes 7, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Every morning and every evening. And sometimes throughout the day, you sneak in a quick 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, try it. You don't know what it's going to be like until you try. And like I said, I know and I understand how life is, and having to fulfill our commitments. I understand. But this is a commitment to yourself. Are you not worth it? You get up and you go and you give the best of your time to somebody else? Oh, that may or may not appreciate it. I'll tell you something. 3 to 5 minutes of self-appreciation. It will shed such a light on your life. Yeah, and leave you speechless too, because you'll be like, really? How come I wasn't doing this a lot longer? How come I wasn't doing this before? The best time to learn something is to start now. So I look forward to hearing from you and your experience with your 3 to 5 minutes. Shoot, 2 minutes. If that's all you can give yourself is 2 minutes, do it. Practice. You get good at what you practice. Much love.